Wedged between Guatemala and El Salvador to the west, and Nicaragua to the south, Honduras is a nation of nearly 8 million people, 65% of whom live in poverty. Contributing to this figure is below-average education, an undernourished population, and the highest murder rate in the world.
We worry about all the situation we've been living for a long time. Biggest problem in our country is the security, education, and health.
They once asked me if I would mention one of the basic needs that our country needs, and I would say it's water. I think that has a domino effect because when we have water, the kids get to go to school, the mothers get to spend more time at home instead of walking long distances to bring water back home.
The water infrastructure problems extend to over 1 million residents, and twice as many live without proper sanitation.
There's too many people living without water. There's no water in their houses. The people who are connected to the water system pay 20 times less than the poor people that need to buy it when the water is sold in their different communities. That's why we have 15 trucks that carry water and gives them free to them.
But this is only a temporary solution. In the section of Tegucigalpa known as Villanueva, the poor roads and steep hillsides make water delivery by truck impossible. For the areas that do receive deliveries, the low quantities and antiquated distribution systems do not support the population. The real solution to the problem is building the proper infrastructure. This is where help from organizations like Rotary's Inter-Country Committee, or ICC, is valuable.
Well, the Inter-Country Committee is basically an ambassador for peace. And what it is a partnership between two districts in different countries. They identify what they need. We help them make that a reality. And then their part is to maintain it. And then the project becomes very sustainable. It's our district, it's their district, and it's the people that we're helping.
ICC for Honduras is fairly new, fairly recent. It might be perhaps the first organized effort to bring projects to the whole country, working together with different communities and different Rotary clubs in order to improve the quality of life of those who need it the most. And we have been very blessed to work with El Marial in Choluteca in the southern part of the country of Honduras.
The village of El Marial once faced similar problems to those of Villanueva, but a partnership with the ICC and the Westlake Village Sunrise Rotary Club has led to the construction of a modern water system.
We chose to adopt them primarily because the mayor had told us that 9 months out of the year, the women trekked 2 hours a day to bring back polluted water to the village, and 3 months out of the year they had no water. And we went to El Marial, and it really reached us, and we made a determination that we would partner with 2 local clubs and bring them water, and that's exactly what we did.
Cambio más perfecto que ha habido en la comunidad es que ahora tenemos agua suficiente. Lo que antes teníamos problemas serios en los últimos meses del verano. Y eso hacía preocuparnos porque teníamos enormes dificultades para el servicio de agua en la comunidad.
The town's water pump is turned on once every other day for 4 to 5 hours. During this time, the pump generates 1 gallon of water per second. The roughly 1,800 gallons of water is pumped to a holding tank atop a nearby hill. From there, it is distributed via a piping system to each home. While the new water system has been the greatest undertaking, it is just one of the many ICC projects in El Marial.
One of the biggest problems was that the stoves that they had did not have any ventilation, and the ceilings and the walls and the floors were all covered with black soot, and that resulted in huge bronchial problems and infant mortality because all the pollution went back into the houses. And so we decided the first thing we were going to do was we were going to bring them eco stoves that had ventilation, and that really has improved the health of the village. And that was one of our main goals, was to bring them health and sanitation and literacy and water and ultimately microcredits.
Westlake Village Sunrise isn't the only chapter of Rotary working in Honduras. The Tegucigalpa chapter has been extremely successful with their medical project, Operation Footprint. Operation Footprint is a yearly brigade of doctors from the United States who donate their own time and money to perform corrective surgeries on children born with clubbed feet and other leg deformities. The program originally began under the name Baja Project.
Baja Project is about 32 years old. In its current format, what we do is we have doctors that come from around the country and gather to the site that we are doing our medical mission at that time, of which we currently are in Honduras. For many years we were in El Salvador, and for 29 years we were in Mexico.
Well, we started in Mexicali, and we only had one operating room with 2 beds, so we were limited in the number of cases we could do. Now we have 4 fully operational operating rooms.
There's a great deal of planning and coordination of supplies, purchasing, equipment, through Rotary International, grant writing to get the revenue generated to purchase the supplies and equipment that we need.
There are approximately 25 doctors, interns, and students participating in Operation Footprint in Honduras. On the 2011 brigade, they were able to perform 43 surgeries on 30 different children. 1 in 1,000 children are born with clubbed feet worldwide, but in countries with advanced healthcare, it is easily treated at birth.
If these kids can walk, and they can become productive members of their society, and they have a future, then that's going to strengthen the country. If the country is stronger, they will be less and less dependent on us. And if we can help them to sustain good health, and we can help the doctors there to be able to operate when we're not there, that certainly encourages the continuance of this project.
Sustainability is the foundation of all Rotary projects, as is evidenced by the work in El Marial. All the improvements build towards the future growth and prosperity of the town and its people. Vital to this is education and health. Rotary is working to expand the school to include a 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. The beginnings of this expansion were seen on their most recent trip in January of 2011, with 2 arts programs, Art Trek and Flutes Across the World.
Ha sido una experiencia muy linda que nos ha venido a enseñar demasiado, cosas que nosotros tal vez ignorábamos. Y para que no solo quisiera que se quedaran estos 2 días, sino que estuvieran frecuentando aquí mi aldea para que los enseñen cosas más innovadoras y así nosotros en nuestro trayecto de nuestra vida los podemos defender de cualquier manera, porque ya esto es útil para nuestros conocimientos.
The second initiative for the January 2011 trip was the dedication of a new medical clinic marked by the first delivery of equipment and supplies. Up to this point, Rotary has raised $120,000 for various projects in El Marial.
Por esta acción tan extraordinaria para nosotros. Y esto, sinceramente, desde el más chiquito al más adulto, lleva en el corazón ese agradecimiento con ustedes, porque esto no es fácil. No es fácil, esto cuesta para conseguirlo y ahora nosotros ya lo tenemos y gracias a ustedes. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias.
In January of 2005, Carlos Morales was brought in by his mother with 2 clubbed feet.
Un cambio bastante radical, porque los pies de él eran bien torciditos. Entonces él ponía los pies en esta posición y ahora él los pone derechos. Sí, le han hecho una gran labor con él y bueno, yo les estoy muy agradecida por eso, porque le han mejorado el estatus físico de él y va a tener un mejor estatus de vida. Sí. Porque ya ahora ya no va a ser un niño impedido, porque ese es un impedimento. Sí. Aunque no es un impedimento tan grande como tienen otros niños, porque yo he visto otros niños que han nacido así y tienen también otras cosas, tienen parálisis cerebral infantil, no pueden hablar, salen incluso con sus manos deformes. Y Carlos Armando, pues, él es un niño normal, gracias a Dios, y a la intervención de los médicos que hacen esa gran labor humanitaria.
Today, to his mother's delight, he is a normal, healthy child who loves soccer and plays on his local team.
You know, I've seen a lot of brigades come and go in Honduras, and I try to get as many kids to them as I can the year they come because I don't expect them back the next year. But Rotary has been incredibly consistent, and they just plan for the next year practically before this year has ended.